Welcome back to the Who's at the Gates podcast. I, of course, am your host, Casey Phoenix. I'm recording this at the very, 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 very last minute, as in this is supposed to be uploaded by 10:59 a.m. and running, and it's like, I think 10 a.m. right now. So, yeah, I don't know. I had to work up the energy and I guess the willpower to record this because it just isn't the same without Diana. I miss Diana. Like, her and I are very, very close, and we have a good bond. We have a good thing, which I talked to her yesterday. So it is her story to tell, but I can tell you she is having a fun time. She's having an interesting time because some interesting things happen, and I'll let her tell you all of that. But she's like, I haven't even watched the show yet for today, so you'll probably have to go solo again. I'm like, oh, why? So, yeah, but it's all good. Diana, we miss you. We love you. We appreciate you. And we look forward to you returning, which either it will be tomorrow or definitely, when this episode goes up today, so the other one from today will go up on Friday. So either I'll talk to her today and we'll record for Friday's episode, or she'll be back this weekend. And then the Friday's episode is going up on Monday. She should be on that episode. So it's one of the two. We'll see what happens. Anyways, we're doing this live. Let's just go ahead and get into it.
Naomi is planning on getting a double mastectomy, and you need to talk her out of it.
Well, I know that is one of the preventative measures that can help minimize the risk of getting breast cancer.
There's minimizing risk, and there's going too far. What Naomi is considering doing is downright crazy.
In your opinion, Naomi obviously feels otherwise.
Which is why I need you to use every bit of that Anita Dupree determination to persuade her that removing perfectly healthy parts of her body is a terrible idea.
I'll do no such thing.
I like how Anita's like, I'm not getting involved with this. This is her decision. Because you could say yes, that saying, you know what, before you've even been diagnosed with anything, you're like, okay, I'm removing stuff. That is extreme, but also some people can make the argument that cancer is extreme. So an extreme problem might require extreme measures. I get it. At the same time, it's still Naomi's decision. And Dani, as a mother, yes, as a mother, you're worried that your child might be doing too much. And in Naomi's eyes, she feels like Dani isn't doing enough. At the same time, Dani's decision to take whatever preventative measures she wants to take is up to Dani, just like Naomi's decisions are up to Naomi. Again, concerned mother. And Dani, regardless of all of her craziness, if you want to call it that, and her mood swings and the stuff that she's been through, Dani is still a great mother. She's been a great mother. Her kids always talk about how great of a mother that she has been to them. And you can tell she really, really loves her girls. And the concern is there. At the same time, the only thing that she can do is what mothers have to do sometimes, is just deal. Where kids are independent, they make their own decisions. Once they get older, you may not agree with their decisions, but this is the road that we're taking. So yeah, let's go ahead and head on to the next scene.
Hey, Dad.
Naomi, finally. Listen, I'm gonna need you to catch me up on everything that happened between you and Tomas. I heard things got a little tense around here.
Oh, yeah, I was trying to help like you asked, but Tomas took it as me trying to usurp his position. I really think he was just trying to put me in my place.
As if your place isn't where I and you say it is. But I'm sure you gave as good as you got, right?
You know I did.
That's my girl.
I still don't know why he felt so threatened. It's not like I actually work here.
Yeah, you know, I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
Wait. First, I came here because I wanted to discuss something with you.
Okay.
And I don't want to burden you, especially since you just got out of the hospital. But I feel like if I don't tell you now, you're going to hear it from somebody else.
All right. Lay it on me then.
I tested positive for the BRCA gene.
This situation actually annoyed me a little bit because first of all, there was, in my eyes, a lie told. Because when Bill said, "I'm sure you gave as good as you got," that was a lie. Naomi pretty much sat there and took it when Tomas was pretty much verbally attacking her. And I'm just kind of like, okay, Naomi, that you're just dealing with that. I guess you were kind of in a good mood trying to be nice, but she's like, "Oh, I did." Like, no, you didn't. Well, you just sat there and took it. You pretty much let him manhandle you, in my eyes, because she wasn't saying too much and he was saying the most. The other thing is that the whole BRCA gene thing, Bill's reaction to this, which we're not going into it in this scene, but for those who watch this episode, Bill's reaction was so calm. And again, not how Bill would normally react to something. I just feel like, I don't know, I guess the writers are like, okay, we're making Bill a little bit softer now because of what he's going through health-wise, where that may be going on. But his reactions lately have been very, very tame compared to the whole Tomas thing. I don't care what anybody says. The old Bill would have went off as soon as he found out Tomas even looked at Naomi the wrong way. The old Bill would have went off. He would have been like, "Oh, well, da-da-da," and then give the after-school special talk and all this other BS. The old Bill wouldn't have done that. And then Naomi talking about having the BRCA gene, how she concealed it and stuff. And not saying that he would have berated her. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that he would have at least said, "Hey, we really wish you would have told us," or something of that nature. But Bill's like, "Oh, it's fine. You know what you're doing." And I'm like, wait, what? And then Naomi's like, "Well, your reaction is totally different from Mom." Well, yeah. At the same time, Dani and Bill do have similar emotional reactions sometimes, regardless of how much Bill wants to say, "Oh, he talks her down," and "Oh, he's the more sane and rational one." No, if you've watched the show since the beginning, Bill has done the most sometimes for no reason. Even with Tomas, if you look at how he's treated Tomas in the past compared to how he's treating Tomas now, it's just making you give the side eye a little bit. But it's like, okay, go off. But I just felt like this whole scene wasn't authentic to the characters. That's where I'm at. I feel like it wasn't authentic to the characters. So yeah, moving on. What was the next one? There was another one with this. Here we go.
Really? I'm sorry, that's the only card I've got.
Oh, well, luckily for you, we take cash, so if you have $20 on you.
I feel really stupid saying this, but I don't have cash.
I know what it's like to be going through hard times. I used to be unhoused myself. The next time you are hungry, there is a church a block over, and they have a soup kitchen.
Okay, I can afford this meal. I really can, just not immediately.
Is this a prank? A game? A punk?
No, I swear, I maxed out my card. I can run over to the bank and come right back.
I don't know. See, I really want to believe you, but I've been burned too many times before. And while I don't mind helping out folks who are in need, every unpaid bill comes out of my paycheck. So we're going to have to find a way to handle this right now.
I could bus tables, wash dishes.
I'll take care of it, June.
Really? Thank you. I can't thank you enough.
No problem.
Okay, Big Mama coming through with the card to pay for this man's dinner or lunch or whatever it is. I'm just kind of like, why? But oh, wait a minute, we know why. And this is the whole thing too. Like with June, I get where she's coming from, because if it's coming out of her check, then yeah, that's a problem. with Deanna, she's checking him out or whatever. And yeah, part of it is Charity, her just being nice. But the other part, and the majority of it is that she finds him attractive. And that was there's a lot of lies going on in this episode. So towards the end, June and Deanna were talking after old boy got his dinner paid for, and then they exchanged numbers because it's like, Deanna's like, I'll reach out to you and then you can just Venmo me because his phone went dead and all this other nonsense. Okay, fine. But then June was saying that this man was fine as hell, and Deanna was agreeing that this man was fine as hell. Are we looking at the same person? Was the fireman in the Orphe jeans and we didn't know about it? Who was fine as hell? Like, where do we get this from? That this man who has no distinguishing features at all, where it's just like, I would have been cool if they would have said, oh yeah, he's cute or something. But to say fine as hell, my gut is telling me that when the writers wrote this, they didn't know who was cast in the for the role. So like they wrote it out in the role saying, oh, well, we're going to put in here that June says he's fine as hell. But they don't know who the actor is that's been cast for the role. Because if they knew who the actor was that had been cast for the role, they wouldn't have been like, oh, he's fine as hell. That's how I look at it. And for the actor, whoever you are, I'm not trying to be mean to you. It's just you're not fine. You're decent looking, but you're not fine. Isaiah is fine. The fireman is fine. Kyle is fine. But here we are. That was one thing that kind of irritated me in this scene. Okay, let's go ahead and move right along. Let me see what else I want to. I low-key want to cover this, but I low-key don't. I do and I don't, because it's just like I'm sort of over it. Say, yeah, the talk with Anita, we could go down that road, but we're not. Say, this one, let's go ahead and do this. Actually, wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, let's go to this one instead. There we go.
This smoothie is delicious.
I knew you would never stick to a diet if you didn't like what you were eating.
What's in this?
Well, it's a blend of elderberry and pomegranate puree. It masks the taste of the kale and broccoli.
I could drink this every day.
Good, because starting tomorrow, you are going to have to earn that yummy smoothie by doing a mile on the treadmill.
You can't be serious.
What? I'll be right next to you on a treadmill in my crop top and booty shorts.
Well, they better be extra skimpy.
Whatever it takes to build a healthy habit.
You sure we're chatting up a storm with Mr. Brokey?
It's gonna sound weird, but we vibed.
It doesn't sound weird at all.
My mind got to drifting for a second. That's how semi-invested I was in the scene. So the reason I wanted to catch this one is because of what happens a little bit later on, where Hayley's now sweetened up the poison and stuff. And then also now she's going to try and get him to walk him out. She wants to overwork Bill to kill him. I'm hoping by no later than the end of August, we will have this wrapped up. And actually, I'm going to make that as a prediction. We will have this wrapped up by no later than the end of August, is what I'm looking at. Because it's getting close enough now where too many things are happening. And yeah, and we'll go into that in just a second. But I want to go to this because I thought this was funny. So now, you know what? Let's do it from the beginning of them first meeting. And then we'll carry it all the way into Nicole's office.
Noah?
Okay, I know we've never met, so how do you know my name?
Your father has shown me pictures.
Nicole. It's nice to meet the woman who inspired my dad to move to the DMV.
Delighted to meet you too. Kyle didn't mention that you were visiting.
It's because he doesn't know. Any chance you could point me in his direction?
Follow me. I have a surprise for you.
Is this about Ted?
No, this is a new guy. Well, new to me.
Noah, what are you doing here?
That's how you're gonna greet your youngest son?
All right, let's talk about it. So with this, I'm trying to get a better shot of this. There we go. We'll go with that one. So, all right. This is Kyle's son. As you know, as you watch the episode, Kyle is pretty much airing him out in front of Nicole, like putting all the family business out there. I could look at this as Kyle feels comfortable enough with Nicole that it's like he's willing to let it all hang out, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And one can appreciate that because I love honest people. I love people who just keep it real all the time. And I'm cool with that. Apparently, Nicole wasn't cool with that because she's like, I'm going to go. So Nicole ends up leaving the office. Kyle and Noah end up talking it out. Kyle convinces Noah to apply for the job at the clinic. Now, I will be completely honest. I was hoping it was Shanice. When Eva and Shanice were talking in one of those scenes, I don't know if it was today, this episode or the previous episode, I forgot. But when they were talking, it's like, oh, somebody's just going to show up, and then all of a sudden Shanice appears. I'm like, oh, Shanice is probably going to start working at the clinic. That would be perfect because I think she'd be amazing at the clinic. But then we got old boy that comes in here. And then Kyle's like, oh, you should apply at the clinic. That way you can fund your dream, because he just feels like he needs to put 100% of his energy into his dream and then be broke all the time and depend on his dad for money and other people in his credit cards. And Kyle's like, no, that's not working. That's why I made sure you went to school and got a business degree. Now you put it to good use, whatever. All right, here we are. So he's saying, and Kyle was like, you just need to apply. And then Noah was like, well, if I don't get it, will you still lend me the money? And Kyle's like, yeah. And Noah's like, okay, I'll apply. I'm not thrilled about Noah working at the clinic because, again, I was secretly hoping Shanice would start working at the clinic to work with Eva. But then again, that might be drama between her and Leslie. I don't know. I have to think about that one. But definitely with Noah, I guess they're making him more of a permanent character. I'm not mad at that. I love when new blood comes into the picture because that means more drama, more conflict. With Noah and Deanna, if something happens where they're starting either a romance or a partnership of some sort, because Deanna doesn't really have any allies. I don't consider Randy an ally for Deanna because, again, Randy is kind of useless at times. This will be very interesting if he becomes a permanent character on the show. Maybe Noah will be the one replacing Tomas. Even though I don't hate Tomas, the character, as much as I think everyone else does. Tomas is irritating and stuff. I just need for him to get a backbone. If they could man him up a little bit, I think Tomas will be a total badass on the show. I really, really do. But here we are. So we got Noah and Kyle and Nicole. So now we have this new dynamic. I wonder how Nicole will interact with him moving forward. We will see, but I feel like she's going to take a hands-off approach. It's sort of like, I don't see her going above and beyond to insert herself into Noah's life. I believe it's more of she'll be there when needed. And now Kyle, because Noah will be staying at Kyle's place, Kyle will be spending more time at Nicole's place, which, quiet as is kept, the only reason I think that happened was because of the whole Ted thing. If Nicole didn't just find out that Ted and Shanice they took it to the next level and now they're getting serious, I'm not so sure Nicole would have quickly volunteered for Kyle to stay with her while Noah's staying at Kyle's place. Just saying. All right, let's go ahead and let's get to, I could do this Dani and Hayley scene. I'm just kind of like, You know, let's just go ahead and do it.
Your most expensive champagne. Here's to what?
What do you have to celebrate?
One thing that's low-key annoying me with Dani is like, why even say anything at this point? Why, if you are not concerned about this man, which you obviously are and will always seem to be for some reason, why even confront Hayley? Why not just walk by her and pretend she doesn't exist and just be like, you know what? It's not even worth my time. But now Hayley's celebrating because she knows, oh, Bill likes this drink compared to the tea that she used to give him. She's like, Bill likes this drink. Let's go ahead and celebrate because he'll be dead soon. And that's also based off of a conversation that she just had with Randy not too long ago as well. So here we are on that. Let's go ahead and get into why she's celebrating right now in real time. And just like that, here we are. So again, by the end of August, we should have this wrapped up because it seems like it's gotten a little bit more serious. Now, if we don't have this wrapped up at the end of August, yeah, we're gonna have to protest. We're gonna have to organize. We're gonna have to beat the streets. I sound like old girl, lean on me. What did she say? I was something. I will organize. I will beat the streets. That's the energy that I'm feeling if this isn't wrapped up by the end of August. So we'll see what happens. It's working now. I don't know if this will be enough to scare Bill into the hospital. I guess we'll find out on today's episode, which is Thursday, to see if anything happens with that. But yeah, hopefully this shook him enough where he needs to get way more testing done, and then we can take it from there. Let's see, is there anything else? Yeah, I could go into that. I will go into Naomi leaving, and then this will be the last scene.
You're right about Mom eventually coming around, or at least not fighting me about having the surgery.
Well, you have to make what choice is best for you, and I will do my best to help her understand.
Thank you, Gran. I'm just afraid one of the reasons she's so upset about all this is because she adamantly refuses to do more to reduce her own risk.
I'm going to tell you what I said to her about you. That is her choice.
I understand, and I respect that. But it's gonna be hard for Mom to keep acting like having the variant is no big deal when her own daughter is considering a double mastectomy.
You could be right. But you have to do what's right for you. You're not responsible for however your mother chooses to react.
Don't you have anything better?
I really like the conversation that Naomi had with Anita throughout all of this. And like Anita said, she wasn't really looking to take one side or the other. She was looking, her goal was to be a bridge between Naomi and Dani. And based off of how Anita handled that, which Anita was so graceful with it, she did a great job handling that. And she's making, as you see, she's making it clear to Naomi too, like, yeah, Dani doesn't agree with your decision and you don't agree with hers, but I will tell you the same thing I told her. Is your choice, it's your decision on what you want to do. But they're very lucky to have Anita in their lives. Anita is definitely that grandmother, or that gran as they call her, which honestly, I never really heard that saying until this show, where someone calls someone gran. It's usually like, I called my grandmother, my mother's mother, Nanny, and then I call my dad's mother Granny. My mother, she doesn't go by either. She goes by Bibi, which I think is Swahili for grandmother or something like that. So she goes by Bibi. Trying to think some other ones I've heard. Yeah, granny, grandma. Those are the only ones I've usually heard throughout my life. I haven't heard grand before. So that's oh, Nona. That's another one, because my auntie, who's a grandmother, that's what she goes by, Nona, which I'm pretty sure is Italian for grandmother because they used to live in Italy for a few years. So yeah, she goes by that. But other than that, I haven't heard anything outside of it. But Anita's definitely that grand that you want in your life. And she was just so elegant as usual, because Anita is Anita, in how she handled the mediation between Naomi and Dani. And I'm curious to see what happens when Naomi and Dani sit down again and discuss what they're doing. But yeah, this is all I have for the episode. Thank you everyone for sticking with me throughout this while Diana has been out, and looking forward to her return, which might be on the next episode we record, or the episode after that. We shall see. But she's out in DC living it up. And yeah, I will let her tell the story when she gets back. So until next time, everyone, be blessed.